We're going to be running Demonic Consumption, Grimmer, Felguard, Mortal Coil, Summon Vile Fiend, Demon Skin, Demonic Calling, and Demonic Strength for this one. It's supposed to be a 15 Halls of Atonement, and shouldn't be too bad. Got a Paladin, Demon Hunter, another Demon Hunter, and a Mage. What spec is the Mage by? See the Fire Armor, so Fire Mage. Cool. Just running Pug right now, so I kind of want to see. Looks like he was on the same page as I was. Alright, here we go.
3, 2, 2, 1, 1.
This week is it's Fortified, or Fortified Bursting, Volcanic, and obviously Prideful. Ooh, I got on the wrong guy a little early. Everybody else, stop. We're doing a lot of damage. We're gonna switch this over to damage overall. Sort of like what a lot of people like to see is just how much damage everyone's doing overall. Ooh, healer guy. Oh, that's awkward. That moment when your group forgets about luster, or not lust, bursting for a second. That's funny. I should have used the Hellstone. I forgot about it, to be honest. I saw the healer die and I was like, why did he die? And we just destroyed that pack. And then I looked up and it was a little too late for me to even do anything. Unfortunately, because of that, I lost a really nice implosion right there. That could have been really good for this next pack. We're gonna move out of that right now. I'm gonna try and slowly take out this pack. Oh, this healer is not having the best time with this bursting. Just make that guy run away for a little bit. Give healer time to come back and give a little bit more of a delayed kill on this. I'll just pop that just to help out the healer. Oh, that's awkward. This is gonna be Prideful right here. Sound Master, so. Just a second off right there. I'm not going to use my cooldowns on this one because he's going to dissipate, and I'd much rather have my cooldowns for this big guy in the end. Hopefully we don't kill them all at once. A lot of times you want to kill them all at once, but first thing is not that day, or not the time. Sanguine, yeah, kill them all at once, or you're going to have to kite out them all, or at least kill the big guy first. But this is not the day to kill them all at once. And here's Prideful. I'm gonna Fleshcraft while Prideful's coming up. Just prevent extra damage that I don't really need to take, so the healer doesn't feel or have to heal through a bunch of extra damage. I'm gonna actually set up straight on here because you can tell it's sort of like a straight off these 2 points. So by me just sitting right here, if I were to get it or not to get it, I should never get hit unless someone literally stands right here or right here. But most people at this level are smart enough not to be getting not to be like positioning themselves in such a way that they're actually gonna get hit by the Prideful. Alright, now we're gonna move on to this pack. This pack I'm gonna start pre-casting a little bit. We're gonna get a Hand of Gul'dan in there. We're gonna pop this after we pull out the Tyrant. But we got a nice Hannibal Dan proc right there with Forces of the Horn Nightmare. Ooh. Taking a lot of damage, holy moly. I'm gonna implode that before I die. I'm already dead. Now, I don't... What went through there that got everybody destroyed? Should probably look at the combat log. The downside is it doesn't really show where I took that, or where I got procced in the bone armor, so you don't really get to see. Alright, what pack is he pulling? Oh, he's going for the shard. Why was that last shard so hard? That was interesting. We didn't have like bursting going off right there or anything, so it's kind of interesting that it made it so difficult. Only 15 hauls. I can see I'm taking damage right now. It's kind of interesting because I haven't really gotten healed at all. There we go. There's a heal. This healer might be a little bit newer. Wouldn't surprise me. He's gonna, yeah, like struggling on one of the most basic mobs of this dungeon. Every time we get to this mob. I don't know if I'm gonna survive the thrash. This healer can heal me. Oh, he's getting ready to thrash. This healer should know that I'm not going to survive this if he... Okay, this key might end up being a wash because this healer is struggling really hard on this mob. I know it's probably not the easiest of mobs to deal with, but it's definitely not the hardest one out there. We're at like 10 plus deaths already. See up here, what is he doing? Is he pulling this and around to here? Okay, there's Master. Oh, this is gonna be prideful as well. Probably run this into the shard. Hopefully we don't die again. That's kind of unfortunate. I'm just gonna stun them all, try and prevent any damage that's going on to this guy. He's falling up low. So interesting. At the end of this, we'll check the heals per second overall, because it's not looking great for him. Just gonna implode right there. I got 9 stacked up enough. They were gonna fade by the time we could finish this pack off. Alright, here's Prideful. I'm gonna drop cookies while we're waiting instead of doing fleshcraft, because I take reduced damage more reduced damage than other players, so I'm not too hugely worried about my own like lively situation. But other people need these cookies for this fight. I need those cookies before this fight. I'm just gonna pop. Alright, there we go. We should be going right into the shard. Okay. Now I can't quite attack. I have to wait for my stuff to get around, and now I can attack. As soon as I start attacking a mob, when my stuff is running around, it automatically allows them to be able to take aggro. So they'll end up pulling extra stuff. I would have said we should have pulled this into the big boy, but oh my goodness gracious, this is that's a huge waste. We're losing Prideful for the shard, and chances are we are not going to survive this shard. Just so upsetting. That's one of the downsides for sure, running with pugs. You don't know quite what you're gonna get, and sometimes you get groups that just don't quite know what they're doing. I'm gonna end up popping a potion right there. Even though it's gonna be on cooldown for the boss, it is fortified over tyrannical. So, not too worried about the damage. Plus we're gonna have time warp up, everything like that. So I'm not hugely worried. But I do want to be able to get this shard down as fast as possible because this healer is getting smacked. Hopefully this is the only place we'll have problems with. I have a feeling we might have problems on boss 2 as well, because there's a pretty good amount of damage that goes out there. We shouldn't be pulling this, so we're probably going to have to wait till it goes around, and then we're going to pull up through here and then hop off. Ooh, he is it's quite the risky pull. I'm going to implode my imps, just so that it don't pull aggro from the mobs behind. This is a huge pull, and it will spawn prideful, so we might not actually have prideful for the final boss. I just gotta stun it off. Anything to reduce the damage, because this guy is getting smacked. Oh, I gotta stun that. That would have been a no bueno time. Not a good time at all. Goodness. I didn't even soul stun him fast enough. We'll try and get this off on him right before he dies. Oh, he's still living, he's just kiting it out. It's pretty good. This will be prideful right here, so this is pretty risky. Not gonna lie. Oh, he's moving those bombs. Alright. I got it. I'm standing right here. Nobody should get hit. Everybody, this guy should know to stand in a line. There's no reason why he's not standing in a line at this point. There's no mob that we're like trying not to get pulled right now. The only mobs that we're trying not to pull right now are all the way over there. So I'm not too worried about it. Yeah, so we're not gonna have pride for this boss, which is a huge loss. But you gotta do what you... I have aggroed the Houndmaster? Almost? Oh, interesting. And we're pulling, using... yeah. And we're pulling the Stoneborn, not for the boss again, as well. Just a bunch of, seems like a bunch of like little mistakes that are definitely gonna hurt us. Because we don't have, A, we don't have Prideful for the boss, B, we don't have this Stoneborn. Unless he goes out and grabs the Stoneborn right there. Which some people do. Yeah, it looks like he's grabbing it real quick. Smart.
4, 3, 2, 2, 1, 1.
Want to get inside that as fast as possible. Did pop Bloodlust, so trying to pull off as many stacks as possible before I pull out my Tyrant. I'm gonna get hit by this, but that's worth a small amount of damage that I took to be able to get my actual cooldown off. So I'm not too worried about it one bit. Oh, that one I should have just dodged. He is moving it a little bit, which is kind of scary because... okay, cool. He's now just moving us completely out of the glass. So Starchy is... he's a, I'm gonna go with a, gosh, why can't Venthyr, there it is. That's the word I was looking for. He's a Venthyr Paladin. So he's going for the big damage, which is, it's good to have, but I don't think I've seen... oh, yeah, he is Venthyr. So I don't think I've seen him actually use his Venthyr ability that often, though. Or him pop up very high on the meters. It's kind of interesting now just seeing that he's Venthyr, because he did pull the Stoneborn. Or he did get the hook on the Stoneborn. That was a good thing to have. But he did not, or he hasn't been putting down his ability very much. So that's, oh, this is gonna hurt. I have a feeling we're about to completely roll these stacks. Okay, cool. We didn't kill the Obliterator right after, so it's not horrible. He should be able to cleanse the curse off of him so he doesn't actually... Unless he can't cleanse his own curse. I feel like he's trying to focus a lot on doing damage. Because he almost just died to the curse itself. Kinda interesting. Are we just doing this, or what are we doing on this? Because I kind of want to know for like cooldowns, orientations, everything. Alright, are we pulling these guys? We are. I'm gonna CD these guys. His chances are... Ooh, this guy is taking a lot of damage and he's sitting there for a long time. What I'm saying is, the reason why I'm using my CDs now, even though we're so close to the boss, chances are we will pull one or both of those guys going into the next boss. Plus then we'll have Pride. We're not gonna have Prideful, actually. Usually you would set up Prideful for that, but the Demon Hunter pulling straight through the middle, ooh, we might actually have Prideful if we don't want that. We'll pull this guy, most likely. We don't want any other trash. And that'll set us up for Prideful for this next boss. Don't do it. Yeah, wait for the pat. You're kinda getting a little too close for my comfort. We're just gonna follow straight in this line. Oh my gosh. Yeah, okay, so he's pulling this singular slasher, which is okay. It should correct the Prideful a little bit. Because normally you would pull both slashers up here, which aren't too hard to deal with, but because we are higher on the percentage than we need to be right now, kind of works out that we're only pulling one of them here. We're able to drop some of that extra percentage. Then now we're going to be going from here into the Prideful into the boss, and I'll have all my CDs up for the boss. It's nice. I'm going to fleshcraft this. I already have my soul well down. Alright. It looks like I can straight line right here, judging by the way the balls are set up. They'll continue to face the same way for every every person, so it shouldn't be anything different going in. See, look, this guy right here, he should be lining up, or the guy to the right should have been lining up. Now he should be lining up with everybody. And we should be good from there. Everybody's starting to drop really low. A little scary, but this guy should be able to get people up. We're kind of sitting on Prideful right now, which is not great. Alright, here comes the boss. I'm just gonna start pulling out CDs right now. Ooh, I definitely did a big mess up here. Ooh. Okay, let's see. We should be able to get all of them sitting in that one place. I did implode my imps just because I want to be able to get that the extra damage on the ads to make sure that we can clean them all on the first time, which allows us for this next stone call a little bit of free DPS on the boss. If he even gets to a next stone call, he shouldn't, as long as we are all pulling a decent amount of DPS, but he might get one more. Yeah, it's coming out right now. I'm just gonna back away from everybody just because you don't want to get caught with that. Especially if you're not a Demonology Warlock. Demonology Warlock can actually take some of these mechanics that a lot of people... Ooh, we did end up getting the ads as well again. It's not usually what you'd get on a Fortified week for sure. I'm just gonna double implode right there. But it's okay. It's okay. Team did it really well. I'm not unhappy about it at all. I'm gonna set up a gate here just in case he wants to grab them and then leap out. Yeah, that's what the gate's there for. We can leap out. but he didn't take the gate. I'm not salty about it or anything. It's fine. It's fine. It's all fine. All right, there we go. I see the paladin doing his stuff, but I do see a lot of people taking a lot of damage. Ooh, I almost just took a lot of unnecessary damage right there. I'll be focusing on this Houndmaster. Okay, so he's silenced, or the Demon Hunter silenced them all, so that worked out pretty good. I'm gonna hold off on DPSing right this second, letting bursting drop. Even though it was only one stack, I'm really not too confident with the healer's bursting heal. Oh, I accidentally got hit by that, that's fine. Just heal myself up with the Mortal Coil. Looks like they chained one of the Gargorns in there. Gargon. Got chain imprisoned. The downside is right here. I really want to use my CDs on this next pack, but then I won't have my CDs up for the third boss. The third boss, there's not a huge amount of damage coming out, as long as we get the kicks on the right things. But this pack could be super, super dangerous. So, let's see if he's LOS in pool. It looks like he's just running it in, allowing the Paladin to actually use the Stoneborn on this pack instead. Just trying to move around, try not to pull that Stoneborn either. Not doing a huge amount of DPS here because I've been kind of focusing more on the CC variant, making sure different stuff isn't going out when it doesn't need to be. I got the curse on me, should be able to cleanse it, but I guess he'll just let it pop on it. Oh, no, there it goes. And this last bursting stack, we're gonna hold off on that guy for a second and then we'll kill him. Paladin should pull that into the boss room. Right? Yeah, there it is.
4, 3, 2,
Gonna start pre-casting my Demon Bolt, even though I only need one shard. Just in case I get that unlucky shard drop timing, where like if you're out of combat for a certain amount of time, your shards start to drop, so I want to make sure just in case something like that happens, I do have. So the fixation's on me. I'm just gonna sit behind here. Then I'm gonna move my Demon Gate to another portal. Leave it there. Then I'll move out. Good, so we've been kicking the volleys. Oh. Fortunately, I missed that kick on that one. Someone seemed to have got it before me. It's okay. Oh, someone died. That's awkward. I didn't even... That's my bad. I didn't even... What are people dying to in this fight? I don't think I've dropped below like 10% HP. Or dropped 10% of my HP. Not dropped below 10%. There we go, just teleported back. It uses this. It's okay. But it'll save me some time running around with that guy, as Demonology is definitely not the most mobile of all the caster classes. I got it again. That's definitely wasn't something I'd expect, but did end up getting it again. Because it is fortified. Oh, they destroyed that pack. Didn't do anything to that one. No. Unfortunate mistake. I don't get bursting here, we do? We shouldn't, so. I'm gonna use a non-big tyrant, not with all my defensives and everything like that, just to get some extra damage running through here. Start, oh, watch out for that volcanic. Actually, implode all these imps because it seems like I did the back and sort of forgetting about the front a little bit. The paladin should not go down here. Getting a little low here and there. Got this last mob right here. We should be good to go. Or actually, there's one more on the other side of the bench. I can scoot up a little bit, dodge the entire hit. And then we'll end up stacking up with all these Manifestations of Envy. Looks like he was doing. There we go. Just implode that right there before they all fade away. See, now I have this back at 30 seconds, so now I'm, we kill Prideful after this, and I should be able to have, he's outranging me. Ooh. There was an entire line of red crap on the ground. Definitely didn't want to take too much of that on me. It would not be a very fun trip if I kept getting hit by that any more than I was already. Alright, now it's time for Prideful. We should form a line, and it should be easy from there. Unfortunately, the beginning part of this whole dungeon was super rough. I've never seen, or I probably have seen, just not anything coming to mind, someone struggle so much when healing the shards. It might not have helped that it's bursting as well, but people are getting killed off before we even were killing any of the side mobs, so that at least we never really had full wipes. It's more like the guy was able to keep a couple of us alive and had to let a couple of us fall. Now we're going to go into this with Prideful bursting the whole 9 yards. This should be really, really...
4, 3, 2, 2, 1, 1.
Instead of precasting the Demon Bolt, just because of the way I had procs with my Demon Bolt, I didn't end up casting that as my initial thing, just because it's an insta-cast. I could have pre-casted the Shadow Bolt instead, but instead I decided to try and pull out some of my demons faster so I can start getting my rotation, my big burst CDs out. Make it a whole lot easier for the rest of us. I have to watch out for that. That is very painful. It's not as painful on Fortified as it is on Tyrannical, but it's very painful when you do get hit by that. I've seen a lot of players get one shot by that. Alright, there's the end of the key. Here's the overall damage. 5.2. We pretty much were pretty even. Wasn't a huge amount of DPS going out there. Unfortunately, with all the deaths and everything we had going on. I'm gonna look over at the healing done, kind of see where the healer is at, and that kind of explains a little bit